The crash site was right here behind me over on 14th Street and New York Avenue, but it actually started about a block away, down this way over at 15th Street. That's right by the White House. This is still very much an active situation. I mean, just minutes ago, UVA police tweeting out yet again. Yeah, we've got some breaking news out of Northeast DC. 3 people have been shot at the Benning Road station. Metro just gave us an update within the last 15 minutes. It just wrapped up about 20 minutes ago. And right now there is a bit of a party atmosphere in the room as they were sworn in one after another, ending with the mayor. And let's start with her as we show you some video of her being sworn in for her 3rd term. The vote is going to be today at 8:30 this morning. Good news for everybody. No need to leave the couch. It's going to be streaming online. And what has them most worried is that rapid change. I mean, think about it. We woke up this morning and we were in the 40s. It wasn't that bad. Now, right now, where I am here at Union Station, we're in the teens, and on top of that, we've got the wind. You might be able to, hear the flags above me rattling, and you can probably see them as well here. The American flag is really uncomfortable right here. I was at the Inova Loudoun Hospital in Leesburg, and the doctors and nurses have been incredibly busy. I spoke with one doctor there who said they are seeing, in her words, an unprecedented number of children with this illness. I did see some staffers carrying boxes of pizza, so they were expecting to have a long night. They should have another one today.
Oh boy.
Just in time for the holidays, more than Santa coming to town. We've got a big storm. Let's show you what it looks like from here in Eco 9. Let's get off my ugly mug and show you what it looks like outside.
By the way, let us see your face again, Evan. You're not ugly. We heard what you said.
We like your mug.
Yeah. Still doesn't. There we go.
There he is.
Here it comes. There it is.
That's a happy mug.
The Silver Line Connection is almost here, just 2 days away. We're live here at Dulles this morning to talk about all the details you need to know. It comes down to this. Until the House Speaker is selected, no action can be done in the House. In fact, none of the House members have been sworn in at this hour, and that means no legislation can be signed into law. There could be no investigations that are started, no action whatsoever.
Well, it's Groundhog Day.
The House of Representatives is still at a standstill, with Republicans unable to choose a speaker after 3 more rounds of voting Wednesday afternoon.
A speaker has not been elected. A speaker has not been elected. A speaker has not been elected.
More than a dozen members are preventing California's Kevin McCarthy from reaching a majority, despite receiving several concessions from the GOP leader.
Nothing is going on. We're all waiting for Congress to start.
D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton says that this has brought House business to a complete stop.
I'm not even a member yet. Nobody is a member yet. We can't be members until rules are adopted, until a speaker is chosen.
The political turmoil becoming a source of frustration for many Republicans. Some members of the Intelligence Committee say right now they can't even get briefings on national security.
I'm informed by House Security that technically I don't have a clearance.
Former President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence tried to boost McCarthy on social media, but it didn't seem to sway some hardliners.
The president needs to tell Kevin McCarthy that, sir, you do not have the votes and it's time to withdraw.
The political division, a stark contrast to this rare bipartisan event in Kentucky, bringing President Biden together with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
To be able to have a Congress that can't function is just embarrassing. We're the greatest nation in the world. How can that be?
Meanwhile, Democrats have remained unified throughout this entire process. All 212 of them voted for Representative Hakeem Jeffries from New York. Meanwhile, Kevin McCarthy says he's going to keep talking, keep negotiating, but the question is whether his allies will stick with him or whether they'll grow impatient the longer this goes. Reporting here at the Capitol, I'm Evan Koslof, WUSA 9. The crash happened before 11 a.m. here in Riva, Maryland. It was over Beards Creek right here, which you can see behind me. A plane took off from Lee Airport before things went wrong.
This could have ended really badly.
John Gelini and his son John Gelini Jr. have a story to tell today after a plane had some problems right after takeoff.
It was coming it felt like it was right for our house.
It then banked left over Beards Creek, where neighbor Bella Wagner saw it seemingly hanging in the air.
And then it pretty much stopped midair and just plummeted right down.
Crashing into the ice right there in the middle of the creek.
He immediately got out of the plane and was attempting to get up and walk or swim through the ice, but the ice was too thin.
And I just know as a naval officer, when you're in cold water, it's a bad day.
Back at the Gelini household, they jumped into action.
We pulled down the kayaks. Right there. The red one was the one I was in. He was in the yellow.
Threw the kayak in, and then we were like, well, how do we move the kayak without it? So I ran up, was like looking for anything, got the oar. He was like, get a shovel.
The two then started dragging themselves across the ice with the shovel. making their way towards that pilot.
He was the other civilian. There's also a person over there and a police officer.
Meanwhile, a couple homes down, neighbors were gathering by the dock.
It was somewhat looked slightly pandemonium-like.
Rob Wagner says they carried down another kayak so a police officer could make her way to the crash site as well.
And literally got her screwdrivers to pull herself because you can't use the oars to row out because the ice is so solid.
In the end, the father-son duo got there first, reaching the pilot submerged in the water.
I just told him, grab the front end of the kayak, hold on tight, and I'm going to pull you out of this water. Eventually, I got him onto the ice. He was on the kayak. He was out of the water and safe. And then at that point, I knew he was going to be fine.
Finally, a Maryland Department of Natural Resources police boat arrived to pick the pilot up. But those crucial minutes he spent on the kayak rather than the water likely saved his life. So says Anne Arundel Fire and EMS.
And I'm like, what's happening? And then my little sister comes by and says, a plane crashed.
10-year-old Ashton said it was pretty cool to see his dad and grandpa help someone in need.
Pretty proud. I offered both of them a beer for it.
The only thing I'm happy about is this guy is going to see another Christmas. Like, this ended well.
Now, according to the Anne Arundel County Fire Department, the pilot was brought to the hospital, but fortunately is facing non-life-threatening injuries and is fortunate to be alive thanks to some very quick actions from that father and son. Reporting here in Riva, Maryland, Evan Koslof, WUSA 9.